Well, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're enjoying the sunshine that the Lord has blessed us with. It looks like there's going to be good weather for the next couple of days, so that's something to get out and enjoy. I hope you're doing well. As always, if you are sick or hurting in any way, please let us know about it. Number one, we want to be praying for you, but number two, we want to let you know that we love you, and if we can do anything for you, we just ask that you would ask us. What are we thinking about tonight for our online Wednesday night Bible study? Here's what I want us to think about. I want us to think about the book of Jonah. Maybe the book of Jonah is a book that we haven't read in a while. Maybe it is a book that we've read. It's pretty much a toss-up. I guarantee that a lot of kids have thought about the book of Jonah in the last 2 months. I guarantee there's been a lot of VBSs done on the book of Jonah. But what is the book of Jonah ultimately about? It's about us asking this question. Who are the recipients of God's love? Is God's love exclusive to me and my friends and my family and all the people that I get along with and jive well with? Or is the love of God also for my worst enemies? That's the question that we wrestle with when we read the book of Jonah. In fact, the book of Jonah begins with God telling Jonah, Jonah, I need you to go to Nineveh. That's God's plan. Apparently, Jonah had different plans, right? He did not want to go to Nineveh, so what did he do? Well, you remember he fled to a place called Joppa, and when he got to Joppa, he found a ship that was going to Tarshish, so he boarded this ship. And Jonah is now sailing on this ship with a bunch of sailors. And of course, God is upset because Jonah didn't do what God asked him to do. He didn't go to Nineveh. So what does God do? God sends this boisterous wind, right? This great storm comes into the story. Such a great storm that all the sailors and travelers seem to be freaking out. They apparently think they're going to sink because they start throwing their cargo overboard, right? They're crying out to their gods. They're trying to figure out why this is happening. They're trying to figure out who's responsible for this. And where's Jonah? Do you remember? Jonah's asleep. Well, in the meantime, some sailors are trying again to figure out who it is that has caused this storm. So some of them are casting lots, and it just so happens that the lot points to Jonah. Jonah is the cause. Jonah tells these men, yes, I'm a Hebrew. I worship the great God Yahweh, and yes, this storm is my fault. He's upset with me because I'm not doing what he asked me to do. So Jonah tells them, if you just threw me overboard, everything would be fine. They throw him overboard. The sea is calmed. It's no longer angry. Jonah is swallowed up by this fish that God sent. And that gets us to Jonah chapter 2. And in Jonah chapter 2, I'll let everybody read it. It's this prayer, this poem of sorts. I don't want to say it's a prayer. It's really a poem, a psalm of sorts. And then we get to chapter 3. And in chapter 3, God tells Jonah, I need you to go to Nineveh. And Jonah's finally ready to do what God asked him to do. So Jonah's marching to Nineveh with this proclamation that Nineveh is going to be in ruin. It's going to be destroyed in, do you remember how many days? 40 days, right? And upon hearing this disastrous, devastating news from Jonah, the Ninevites are just shaken to their core. The king proclaims a fast. People are putting on sackcloth and dust, and the animals are doing the same types of things, and they're repenting, and as a result, God relents of his anger, right? Well, again, God's plan didn't seem to match Jonah's plan. Jonah wanted Nineveh to be destroyed. He wanted to, sort of enjoy their destruction. So Jonah gets angry with God. He's angry that God has shown them mercy. So angry that Jonah goes east of Nineveh, and he's pouting. He's asking God to take his life. God, being gracious, again, seems to allow this plant to come over Jonah. And this plant acts as shade, but the next day God sends this worm, and this worm kills the plant. And of course, now Jonah is upset. He's upset that this plant has died, and now he's asking God again to end his life. And of course, God is thinking, Jonah, he's trying to teach him a lesson. Jonah, you're upset about this dead plant. Why shouldn't I be concerned about all these women, all these men, all these children, all these animals that are in Nineveh? And that's kind of where we're left off. The book is kind of like a mic drop at the end of the book. So what I want us to do tonight is, that was our introduction into the book of Jonah, summarizing the book of Jonah. Read the book of Jonah. It's only 4 chapters. It won't take you long at all. And be thinking about that question. Who are the recipients of the love of God? And then I want you to think about some enemies that I have in your life, that you have in your life. And I want you to pray for them. I want you to think about how it is that you can show them your love. And that's where we'll stop tonight. So I hope that you're doing well again, and I can't wait to see everybody Sunday. God bless.